China's real estate bubble is absolutely collapsing. In 2008, when the subprime mortgage crisis nearly ended modern capitalism, housing was 8% of U.S. GDP, while housing is still 25% of China's. This is an epic meltdown, and it's just beginning. Meanwhile, in the United States, inflation is so high that the Federal Reserve is talking about raising interest rates further, choking credit out of the economy completely. Gold is perfect for this environment, but it's near all-time highs already. So I want to present a company called Gold Mining Inc., traded on the New York Stock Exchange under the ticker GLDG. This is a company that is extremely cheap. At the end of this video, click on this link in the description box. There's an entire presentation explaining how this company is effectively 80% or 90% more discounted than anything out there. If you're bullish on gold, I urge you to stop everything you're doing and download this carefully drafted report now. Good afternoon. I'm still reporting on the salvation of the United States. The ascension of Mike Johnson to become the Speaker of the House, the second in the order of presidential succession, is a remarkable gift of God to this nation. We were brought to the edge of the abyss so that more of us would recognize just what we were all about to lose. Had former Speaker Kevin McCarthy managed to connive his way back into the Speaker's chair, we would have gotten simply more of the nothing which we have suffered impatiently through for the last 3 years. In other words, a lot more promises of investigations that went absolutely nowhere. Now we expect to see some action. The dirtiest of the actors, who are not elected representatives of the Desperado Party, namely the K Street lobbyists in league with the Soroses of the world and secretly the rhinos, were fingered with buying and selling the votes of congressional members in the crush to try to get a rhino, or worse, back in charge of Congress. That means that a few brave Americans took a risk to report treasonous activities to the right people at the right time. No, we don't yet know the names of those involved, and yes, we will publish these names if or when we get reliable evidence. However, 80% of the damage has already been done to Team Satan. To avoid any further sanctions for dishing out more truth than the bots can handle, let's just retitle the overarching problem here as election engineering. Although nothing public has been done at the federal level, numerous states have made news in the last week to return fairness to the election process. And even if election engineering can be cut in half, then that's a really big step, one that the trumpet and his crew will probably be able to easily handle thanks to the huge surge of the American people that is sure to come at the ballot box. On a side note, which we've never revealed previously, we barely avoided catastrophe in 2020 for revealing the name and machinations of an election engineer from an unmentionable government agency during the 2020 Iowa Republican caucus. Fortunately, Team Lawfare slipped up, and we escaped unscathed thanks to some quick pro bono legal work done by friends. Point is, we intend to be one notch more careful in fingering evildoers during the final battle of the next 12 months. In any case, everyone will be watching more closely now that we all know how this works, and with the adults taking charge in Congress, that should have a significant impact in the coming year. The latest example comes from today's edition of The Federalist. Here is the headline and cover photo of the current FBI director, the man who can't divulge the number of spies that were planted in the J6 event, Christopher Wray. According to stalwart Senator Chuck Grassley of Iowa, the FBI knew about the massive corruption of the Biden family for years, but protected Biden with a nationwide system known as the Foreign Influence Task Force, which was designed to cull out incriminating information provided by dozens of human sources and then hide it, categorized as foreign disinformation, so that the real information would never become public. As Federalist writer Margot Cleveland put it, Wednesday's explosive news suggests the DOJ and FBI's Biden Family Protection Program encompassed many more players than previously known. But it is the involvement of the Foreign Influence Task Force that demands an immediate response by the House, namely the launching of an impeachment inquiry of FBI Director Christopher Wray, under whose watch this task force abused its power and interfered in a presidential election. Late Wednesday afternoon, Grassley released a 7-page letter that, while addressed to Wray and Attorney General Merrick Garland, spoke to the American public, telling them of evidence of significant political bias infecting the decision-making of not only the Attorney General and the FBI Director, but also line agents and prosecutors. As usual, Senator Grassley goes on to explain in exacting detail how this Biden protection team operated, including names and dates provided by numerous whistleblowers inside the Bureau. The degree of evidence Grassley has compiled should make it impossible to ignore any longer, considering the change in leadership in Congress. Senator Grassley says that he is prepared to recommend to the House a list of 25 DOJ and FBI personnel who must be interviewed during a long overdue impeachment inquiry of FBI Director Wray. We are still reporting from just outside the citadel of world freedom. Good day. Remember, Beth's audio-only podcast broadcasts at 1 p.m. every Saturday on the Truth Be Told radio network, followed later that afternoon by a video version on our Rumble channels. We are still reporting from just outside the citadel of world freedom. Good day.